Good evening, this is your Psychic LG, reporting from the United Kingdom. Is anybody there? Hello, hello, hello. Hiya, Stooge. How yous all doing? I think I've gone live there on YouTube. How yous all doing? Hi, Teddy. Hi, Franco. Good evening. It certainly does, Jill. God, it's going fast. Stooge. Hiya, Jill. Good morning in Queensland. Let's just see if that's gone on Facebook. Oh, thank you, Amy. And if you subscribe to Twitch, I need to look into this. I believe you'll get perks, and I'm going to take a day off to get this all sorted out for you all. I'm still learning. 2 minutes. Can you hear it shushing? Because something's happening with your computer. I think it's rebooting. Yeah. Right, let's get that off. Good evening, everybody. And it's 11:07 p.m. UK time, heading towards the witching hour. We're going to look deep into world events again. It's a very strange atmosphere today, isn't it? Isn't it, Teddy? You up on Twitch too? All right, BK. Well, I'm glad you're following us. Hi, Silver Birdsong. How yous all doing? Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever yous all are around the world. Yeah, I'm going to look into the Trump scenario. I'm going to look into other things as well. It's a strange atmosphere at the moment, isn't it, Teddy? So how yous all keeping? I've got my crystal ball. We're going to look deep into stuff tonight. New moon today, yes. Always a bit crazy energy, isn't it? Good afternoon, isn't it, in Canada? In Brunswick, New Brunswick. I don't know. I'll look into that, Liam. But I'll wait for a few to come on. I hope yous are keeping well and trying not to get pulled into all of this drama, what's happening at the moment. Might do some healing tonight for yous guys. Hiya, Jean. I'll just get my coffee. Can you hear us all right? Hi, Suelle. And apologies that I haven't been able to get onto YouTube to make some videos. I've just been really, really busy. But they're promising they're coming soon. I've just been running manic. I've just been so busy. Hiya, Hamish. Good evening. And Kim here, 68's found out that her first grandchild is a boy. Oh, lovely. Baby boys are cute. Baby grandson. Wow. Good evening, Jamie. So, yeah. Let's get started. Let's get ready to rumble. Let's see what's going on, because it's all the media's just, it's winding up, isn't it? And just something doesn't seem right, doesn't feel right. So I'm going to look into things and see what's actually happening. Now, I did say in my last prediction on Sunday night, wasn't it, that I wasn't sure about today. I was getting more Wednesday, Thursday with big news. Hiya, Debbie. Do you feel like you're dragging? That's what I felt like, Debbie. I've just had a lovely bubble bath, a soaky bubble bath with bubbles right up to my neck, because I felt all achy and strange, and it's like I left it all in the bath and it all went down the plug hole. I would say that baths are very therapeutic. I do like a shower, but a bath is sometimes really helps, so I would recommend that, Debbie. Salt baths are good as well. Anxious, you need a nice salt bath. That's what you need. I'm into reflexology. I don't do it. I can do it, but I'm not a trained reflexologist. But I love getting my feet done, and it's really lovely. Definitely recommend anything like that. It really helps you. Oh, I'm glad you're feeling a bit better. Blowing bubbles now. No, it's Barbados. I don't know if anybody knows that bubble bath. I love it. It's got horse chestnut in. Adam got us a massive bottle for my birthday. I just soak in that all the time. It calms us down, horse chestnut. It's like a green jelly liquid. Barbados, yeah. What's it say on the bottle? Go into magic land or something, it said. I know you, Debbie in the audience makes her own salts. Yeah, so I'm going to have to take a few days to do all of this stuff and to learn about Twitch. And plus I've got a lot of emails I need to go through. I've been through a lot today with clients, but there's people now shouting in for us to do adverts, like that type of thing. Do you know what I mean? And on Twitch as well, you know, so I can do adverts for them. So I may as well give that a try. I've ran away from it for the last year or so, and I think, well, let's see how it goes. I might try it out. I've got people wanting to for us to advertise their jewellery, products. I've got I'll have to get back in touch with them. And HelloFresh, that's another one, so I'm going to get back in touch with them. Which I do like HelloFresh because I've had it before. But everything's so expensive now, isn't it, guys? And we've just got to try and navigate through this crazy, crazy storm. So if you're getting commercials on Twitch, if you sub us, we want to contribute towards the channel, I'm going to make my emojis. I need somebody to help us to make them. So there's different levels of emoji. Then you can support the channel, and then you'll get the perks of not seeing the adverts at all. That's all sorts of things I need to look into. It sounds a bit strange out there, like it's raining. Anyway, let's get started. Let's get ready to rumble. You used to sprinkle your salts in the shower. Yeah, you can get the shower scrubs, can't you? Epsom salts are lovely, and they do a shower. Epsom salts does a in the UK. They do a shower scrub. It's nice. So I'm all coffeeed up. I've had my bubble bath. Because it's always too late to have a bubble bath after I've come off here. So I'm ready. I hope you're all keeping well. And let's start. If anybody's new into the streams, what I do is I invoke the angels in. And for anybody in the audience who needs healing or they're worried about anybody, you can write the names in the comment section and they will receive healing, prayers, anything that they need. The 4 archangels that I work with is Michael, the big bod, the warrior angel. I work with him quite a lot. I work with Uriel, Raphael and Gabriel. And then, of course, my guides as well. So sit back and relax and let's look into the looking glass. Yeah, so when you pay for a subscription, Teddy, you don't... there's a cheap one, I think it's about £3 or something, or £4. But I'll get it sorted and I'll get all the emojis and that, and I'll have to take a day off to do it. So let's see what's going on. Woo! I invoke Archangel Michael, I invoke Archangel Michael, I invoke Archangel Michael. This is our protective circle tonight in this forum. I invoke Archangel Gabriel, I invoke Archangel Gabriel, I invoke Archangel Gabriel. I invoke Archangel Raphael, I invoke Archangel Raphael, I invoke Archangel Raphael. I invoke Archangel Uriel, I invoke Archangel Uriel, I invoke Archangel Uriel. Thank you, Nettie. I ask my faithful spirit guides, Jed, White Buffalo, Star, Lady Direwolf, A2I, anybody who is available to come in. Sorry to hear about your neighbour, Owen, and you are a good neighbour. Nobody knows when they're going to go. Only the big man upstairs. Okay. Please bring healing and protection in this circle tonight. Give us the true answers. I ask any star beings, anybody from the angel realm, on-world, off-world, telecommunication, who would like to come forth to give us any answers. With love and light, love and light, love and light. Amen. Let's begin. Okay. Okie dokie, where shall we start? Where shall we start? I'll make you laugh before we get going. So last night I was on Twitch in the middle of the night, because that's what I'm like, trying to work out the emojis and trying to think, right, how I'm going to do this. And I fell upon, there's some crazy people on there, like so funny. And there's this young man, he's like Adam's age. He's so funny. And he's got this messy kitchen and he plays this funky music. And I was like sitting there in a trance. I was like watching him. And it's like joke, like black comedy. But he was just like making a mess in his messy, dirty kitchen. And it was really quite entertaining. It's on Twitch. There's some really good artists on there. Do you know what I mean? So I just thought I'd let you know what I've been up to. So anyway, let's get the crystal ball. Okay. Right, remember I can't ask the crystal ball if this is scrying. If anybody knows, I'm a scryer. So I can give you what comes up. All right, but I will be pulling the cards out as well, and you can ask us questions with the cards. Okay. Okie dokie. Right, well, there's something definitely going on, as we know. And straight away, I've seen Xi Jinping's face. And something's about to come out to do with China. Something's definitely going on with the banks, the banking system. That's coming out really strong. And what my guide here is telling me, that this is all a distraction. So everything what's happening on global news to do with Trump, they're saying it's a distraction to a bigger picture. Okay. So, I'm not saying this to panic anybody, but I would say that anybody who's got money in small banks, I would say try to, if you can, because I don't believe all the banks will go down, but I do believe that there's something going on. And it's just recently happened where they've all been meeting in Switzerland. Okay, the head banks. So I want to say that if you can, try, if you're in a small bank, a larger bank's going to have less trouble falling than a small bank. So even if you try and if you need to use banking for your bills or whatever, try to get it into a larger bank if you can. But there's something going on to do with definitely to do with the banking system. And for President Biden to come forward and say in a statement, which is blatantly obvious, that there's nothing wrong with the banks, and then walk away and not give answers to questions that people were throwing at him, it seems just a bit strange. So something is going on definitely to do with the banking world. Also watch out for big news to do with Putin. And the last world predictions I had said that there would be more than one indictment. There would be more than one, okay? So I don't know if they're going to chuck more at him, Trump, or it's to do with other people around him. But it is a distraction. It's a massive distraction. And like I did say in my last world predictions, if there is any crowded places, try not to go to. Try not to go to. You're having a terrible reception there, Golden Rule. Is anybody else having a terrible reception? So, and I know there's been something going on, I'm not sure if it's Sweden or Switzerland, don't quote us, you'd have to check it out, but where people who have invested for retirement, they're not getting their retirement. So there's a lot happening. It's like a house of cards, what's falling down. So yours is working fine on. So I would say that Wednesday, Thursday. So we're Wednesday tomorrow, aren't we? Let me have a look. And I mean, obviously Trump's been out on his Truth Social and saying all sorts, hasn't he? I think he wants to be arrested because he knows this is going to actually work. I'm going to pull some cards out. This is going to work in his favour, not against him. If they do arrest him, I don't know how that would work. I don't know if they're like literally arresting him or it's all done quietly behind the scenes. But I think it's going to work in his favour. That's what I'm feeling. So I'm going to pull some cards out on it. Phone calls have been sounding funny. What's this emergency warning getting sent to our phones next month? Yeah, I don't know. Is this in the UK, Liam? I believe there's a little bit of a time delay, so I believe that Twitch is in front by 20 seconds or something. Well, that's it. A prawn girl. It's just absolutely ridiculous, isn't it? It's a distraction. I mean, we know that they want to take him down. You know, they've been at him for years now. But there's more going on behind the scenes. In Scotland, wow. So what I'm feeling is like we've got the Four of Swords here and it's upside down. And that reminds us a little bit, I know it looks very Indian, but it reminds us a little bit of the White House. It's as if like there's more going on behind the scenes. That's what That's what I'm feeling from that card. Okay. Could be Kamala Harris, but we never hear of her, do we? We never really hear of her. But Biden's holding back on stuff. He's not telling what everything. So your iPhone settings, go to notifications and switch off. Oh, right. Right. So I look at that and I definitely feel that there's definitely something going on. But I'm not just looking at Trump. I'm looking at somebody else around Trump or associates around him where they possibly could try and get, other people investigated as well. So I want to say that the S hasn't hit it yet. It hasn't happened yet. This week is interesting, but I'm sure I said within the next 2 to 3 weeks, everything's going to just go boom. That's when it's all going to start to come out. And I feel it's going to fall in around about planetary activity around about that time as well. Yeah. So you know how we've got the World card here? And she's got her eyes, and she's covered there, her eyes. And there's things going on above her, but below her and around her. So I look at that and I feel like there's definitely more happening. Yeah, thank you, the gold leaf. And this is like the drama, what's happening. Okay. But she knows she's all right. Some people are falling, some people are rising. That could be like the political system, what's going on at the minute. And then above you've got sort of like, it looks a bit like a horned angel sitting above her. But then you've got the old man underneath holding her up. It's this unstable system. But watch for big news coming in with big names to do with Swiss banks and things like that. So I believe that they're trying to hold something. There is a switchover happening. We're going digital and they're trying to hold something sort of like stabilizers. Stabilizers on a bike. Is they're taking it in. But there is some banks what's not coping very well. That's what I'm feeling what's happening. So yeah, Pluto is entering in a couple of days to 0 Aquarius. So I would say there's more news coming out before the weekend, and especially into next week. Let's see if they're going to definitely arrest Trump. It is. You can look at it. It's very exciting times. But it's such a political farce, isn't it? It's how they can go back over years to do with a prawn person. Got a jumper. So that's Mother Earth. And even all this is happening, we just need to keep balanced, keep steady. And it's a feminine energy. It's a new understanding. And I look at that green dress and I'm getting the economy. Growth, children, there's a boom to do with children. Something's going on with the banking system, and that's good for people eventually. So I would say anybody who's into cryptos or into different currencies, I would say, yeah, that's the way forward. But we could, over the next 2 to 3 weeks, we could have a bit of worry with everything, where we could have a crash in the housing market, but also it could be to do with currency as well. But if it is, it's short-lived. It's definitely short-lived. It will be okay. So like I've always said, Trump will be a very hard man to take down, because he ducks and he dives and that type of thing. He ducks and he dives. But I actually think it's going to backfire on them. It could turn out that it's going to work in his favour. So they've got a plan at the minute. There's, like I said to you on Sunday night, there's a lot of meetings happening behind the scenes on both sides here. And I believe that they know what they've got isn't enough, so they're going for something else. So watch for other indictments or other things coming out. Banking giant UBS is to acquire its smaller rival Credit Suisse for 3.225 billion. Yeah. It's really worrying, isn't it? But as you know, it's always the people what suffer. I was watching an interesting video on YouTube just before. There's a lad on there and he was talking about that. He's an Irish lad. And I said there was going to be problems to do with Irish banks as well. There was something going on quite dark over there and I couldn't put my finger on. I'm going to look into Ireland tonight. But they had shut down his wife's account. And he's like a YouTuber and he's a truth seeker type of guy. And he was saying that they wouldn't give her an answer why, but he says that they were punishing her for what he was speaking about. And I do believe that. I do believe that there's tracking. And, you know, if you don't go along with it, I think that this is what they do. They can do that. But I think there's a little bit more than that. I think there would be something strange for her not to close her account down. But I've had that happen to me. And you're going back quite a few years. For no reason, they shut my bank account down and they wouldn't tell us why. And then I was banking with another one. I believe that, I think it was Abbey National, and then it changed to Santander. And they ran off with a load of my money. And even to this day, they'll send us a letter, and you're talking back in 2008 when the switchover happened. They still send me a letter every year saying that I owe them. And I don't. They owe me. And when I ring up, it's very, very bizarre. And I've still got me all with the same banking card from back then. And yeah, so I think that there's a lot of what I'm feeling over the next 6 months to a year. There's going to be a lot of scandals coming out with different banks and people with a lot of strange tales. So there's been a lot of shenanigans going on. And I think that they're going through there's an mass audit going on. There's a mass cleanup going on. And it's going to take time. But these are like the big wigs, you know, the big wigs in Switzerland. And at one point, Switzerland used to be, they were very mutual. And like going back to WW2, that time, they were mutual. It was a place where you could hide your money, in Switzerland and that. But now it doesn't seem to be. It seems like they're in on it. There's something definitely strange going on here. But I don't believe for 1 minute that all the banks are going to go down. I'm being given the letter H and it's coming out really, really strong. And I don't know if that's to do with Prince Harry or it's to do with HRH, like to do with Charles, with the king, what's going to happen. But there's going to be some big news coming out there. And in my last will prediction, I said that I was worried in case that there was going to be more shootings in a school. And I believe somebody had sent us an article that it had happened over in the USA. And I believe one person got injured, one person got killed. You're losing the audio, Teddy, are you? Is anybody else losing the audio? Okay. I'm just going to refresh the chat. Watch for big news coming out with Germany. and Germany make an announcement. Okay. And I'm also getting Austria. So I did say a little while ago that there would be problems in Europe. And it's all to do with the banking system. So we need to be sharp. But like I said in my last podcast, we need to use our loaf. We need to be sharp. And we just need to, if we get a hunch, take your money out. But not to take, you've still got your bills to pay if you've got your bills to pay. So I just think we just need to be sharp at the minute. But there's something happening to do with the switch over what's happening at the moment. But it's disturbing all the cockroaches. It's definitely disturbing all the cockroaches. Also watch for big news to do with around a woman celebrity. And I am getting New York. I mean, I know that they've been putting the police departments and that, isn't it? Or officials have been putting cameras up because they're expecting trouble in New York. But I'm not just seeing New York, I'm seeing somewhere else as well. I'm also getting Texas, and I don't know if there's going to be trouble with Texas or there's going to be big news coming out with Texas round about the time there's big news to coming out with Trump. Okay, I keep seeing Jared Kushner's face in here really, really strong. I'm also seeing Trump's son making an announcement, and he looks very, very upset. It's like on Twitter, it's all over the place, So there's something coming out there. Is it Don Jr., the one who's got the slightly darker hair? That's the one I see him who's making an announcement. Or he's angry, he's upset. Watch for that. I'm getting 16 and the 17. That could be going into April. So there's something dodgy coming up within the next 2 to 3 weeks. Global change. And of course the stars are saying this. All the planets are. It's all to do with America, the USA, and Europe. So the dollar is going to be affected. The dollar is definitely going to be affected. It's all about the gold, guys. Everything's about the gold. It always has been. Yeah, Don Jr. Right. So cash is always a good thing because I do feel if we do have any... I've always felt a concern. I'm going to check on... Is it possible that Russia could cause any problems with cyber attacks or anything like that? It's always best to have some cash in the house, that type of thing. Let's see what's going on. Yeah, you can't pay bills with cash. So you've just got to leave, enough in for your bills. I'm on about savings, if you've got any. Do you know what I mean? But I would have thought the larger banks are going to be safer more than the smaller banks. But it's not all the banks. You know how everyone's saying all the banks are going to go down? I think that not all the banks will go down. Life isn't like that. What's Twitch? Well, what is Twitch, guys? It's a forum. So once I sort out my emojis and that for people who've subbed to us with a small subscription, then you'll get perks. Something about I can give you bits back or money back and stuff like that. So I'll have to look into it. So forgive us for being a bit slow with this because I've been really busy. But if anybody doesn't know about Twitch, my link, it's in the description of all my videos. You can get the link to take you straight there. So you can open a Twitch account. It's free. Yeah. Safe home protection. We're going to be all right. But yeah, it's not set in stone. You know how I've talked about different timelines? So I love that. It's like a child's growing, isn't it? safe home protection. But we could have problems. We could have problems with these lot. So you've got like the Alice in Wonderland, the Satanic Star, you know, the mysteries in life, everything what's going on to do with the banking system and what's going on behind the scenes. You've got the rich elite and the mansions, that type of thing. Mass cover-ups, Masonic Lodge, all of that type of thing. But we're rebuilding a system from it. So like you say, you can't have the light without having the dark. Safe home, yeah. So this is humanity. So it's making one more spiritual to our family, our neighbours. There's going to be a new type of material for building houses as well. So 3 of Rods. We're building again. We're definitely building. There's the children of New Earth. All the gifted little babies coming onto the earth plane now. The children who are here and are due to come in. These are the crystal children, the rainbow children, the blue ray children. And they are protected. They are protected. I'm fearing that there's more crazy earthquakes, that type of thing. And we have a storm to hit the USA. Okay. There's more scandals to come out with Parliament. Definitely more scandals to come out there. I know Boris has just made an announcement, or it's come out that there wasn't enough evidence and it's all been dropped or whatever, but there's more scandals to come out there. More strikes to come. And I don't just see in the UK, I see it everywhere. I'm just concerned to do with the weather. Wait a minute. What's Putin up to as well? I see China turning on Russia. And I don't believe for 1 minute that China is capable of war. Don't get me wrong, they're capable of it. But they don't really want it because they're all about the money and they want to build the economy and everything. It's as if they want to be the first leaders going forward, global leaders for the economy. So there is a massive fight going on here behind the scenes, yeah. So we've just recently, somebody had emailed us that there was it Russia's gone and taken some fighter jets or something. I don't know if it's been on the news, but somebody had emailed us that. I'm getting like let sleeping dogs lie to do with Canada. But again, I'm getting this similar feeling to do with the UK. But again, I'm just getting, we could have cyber problems or something to do with the air which could knock out the system. Something to do with dust in the air, I'm seeing it. Remember when I'm scrying, I don't always know what it is. I'm just telling you what I see. But there's something to do with the frequency wave which could affect the frequency, radio links, that type of thing, to do with their communications. So we could have it could be a cyber attack, but I'm also seeing something about lots of dust. And it's not everywhere, but I am very drawn to something what takes place in Russia or Ukraine or Europe, which could affect the dust flying, depending which way the wind blows. So Russia took down a US drone, right? Okay. So Putin is definitely up to invading more towns. But it's strange tonight, guys. I feel like everything's on hold. Negotiations happening behind the scenes. It's like power. Who gets the power of what? So you've got like the good guys and you've got the bad guys, and they're working at something to try to get this shifted over. But I've said this before, I said this on Sunday night, that BRICS is going to get bigger with the different countries going in. There's some sort of crazy storm coming in here, and I'm getting the letter B, L, D and G. Now, I don't know if they're to do with states or countries. I'm also seeing worry for to do with another virus as well. But sometimes I can like read a couple of years out. This is a distraction, all of this. Wait a minute. Watch for big news coming out with the letter F. That could be a person's name or a place. According to these cards here, it's saying Donald Trump's protected. There's like a protection around him. I think that they will do him or get him on stuff. But I don't know, I feel it's as if it could backfire the other way. It definitely could backfire the other way. I mean, to me, it looks like very much like a political stunt. Do you know what I mean? What's happening at the moment? Louisiana is supposed to really get hit. Right, okay, that could be the L, couldn't it? What is BRICS? Give us 2 minutes, because I did know it. It's got Russia in it. It's all the different countries. India, Russia. Okay, give me 2 minutes. So they're forming their new sort of group. How you've got the other side. So it's Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. Okay. So it's sort of, you put all the clues together. It looks so obvious, doesn't it? It's power hungry people and they're wanting to come together. Thank you, Katrina. The power hungry people want to come together, but they don't want to go along with the other side. So it's not NATO. What's it called again? In Europe. But I look here and I just think that the world looks like it's starting to get really divided. It's starting to get really, really divided. Yeah, the WEF. So there's something about to happen with the dollar. There's something massive about to come out with the dollar. The thing is with India, I think they're gonna do really well. So for them to do really well, because my guides told us that they're going to do really well. To me, this BRICS is going to grow. NATO. Yeah. The dollar going to go down. No, but there'll be a wobble. Spindle-Myers put here, will we lose our wealth? No, but there'll be a wobble. I want to say to move forward is to have your money into bricks and mortar, property, land. Why do you think all the billionaires are buying up all the land? Art's another good thing, online art, gold and silver, different cryptos. I mean, I'm not an expert, but I definitely feel that the way I see it is that the new earth is taking that forward, so it's more crypto stuff, currency, what's coming in here. But there's a lot of unfairness what's happening across the planet, so it's going to take time. It's definitely going to take time. We've got an 8, we've got a 5. I mean, this hoo-ha here, it's saying 3 years, but 3 years from now, we'll definitely sort of be into new earth. But I'm not saying we're going to be putting up with all of this crap between now and 3 years. Do you know what I mean? But there is definitely sly stuff going on behind the scenes here. There's the temptation card. Got the sly fox there. So where you've got the Stormy Daniels case, all right, the public are only getting half of it. This is coming through from my guides. The public are only getting half of the tale. Okay? Because there's been other people what's had affairs with that woman. And there's a lot more stuff to come out about that. Now, about 5 years ago, when I first came out onto social media, one of my first channelings that I did with Shola for the Palladian being, if I find it, I'll pour it out, okay? And I channeled Shola, and she came through, and she was talking about Donald Trump and Stormy Daniels and the other guy, who went to prison. And I'm sure Shola said in this channeling, don't quote us, but I'm sure she said that there was that Michael guy had also had an affair with this woman, but there was stuff to happen, and it's sort of like fallen into place now. Kohan, yeah. So what the channeling happened 5 years ago, I think it was about 4 years ago, is starting to happen now. But she said that there'd been a lot of bad things which had happened. And she also said that if he gets back in, he will not last if he gets back into presidency. So it's not good. It's not looking good for him. But it's also not looking bad for him. He may disagree, you know what I mean? He's probably sitting there biting his blinking nails tonight. But there is more stuff to come out, and there's ammunition coming forward from the other side, from the red side, with more juicy information. I want to say that this year is about the year of the scandals. This year is warts and all. It's all starting to come out. Yeah, Miss My Buttercup. Yeah, that's lovely, that My Buttercup. It's not about the one night stand. It's about the using campaign funds to pay her off. But what I'm saying to you is, there's more stuff to come out with other people with that situation. That's what I feel. We're only getting half the story. It's deep. It is deep. Actually, that's a lovely name, Buttercup, if I ever got a little kitten. I like that. I was going to call her Blossom, unless I get 2 little girls and I call them Buttercup and Blossom. I'll probably call them something flowery like that, and they'll be little divas, you know. I'll have a look at that. So Lioness, Louise, is this prawn girl? She involved with the JE group? Let's have a look. Yeah, they pay people off all the time, don't they? Is she involved with that? Most definitely. But you've got to understand, it's like a weave of web of lies, isn't it? So there'll be people on both sides of the political coin who have dipped their toe into that. Yes, definitely. But there's another woman to come forward. There's a scandal with another woman to come forward. So I don't know who that is. But watch for her. She seems quite petite. So watch for her. Yes, so she did have connections, yes. Okay. So spirit guides and angels, do we have to be careful about our money at the moment? Yes. We also need to prep. And I've been seeing this for a while. I've seen a vision of people queuing with water bottles. Could be a shortage of water bottles, that type of thing. Something coming off around New York. But this is really strange. I'm going into the summer months. And unless it's just a nice sunny day. Because, I mean, we're nearly in the spring now. We're coming into the spring. And there's like smoke and that. And it's coming out of like a tube station. Or it looks like something to do with trains or metro line tube station. So watch for that as well. I'm sort of seeing explosions, but at the same time, I'm feeling there's going to be some big news on the political front round about the same time. I mean, this hoo-ha, you know, this is going to drag on until the spring months. Like a subway, yeah. It's going to drag on until the spring months, and I'm sure I've said this before, that May of 2023 is going to be like, you know, a lot's going to come out by then. To do with court situations. So I'm seeing this really, really strong. Okay. That's really strange what I've just seen. Like crazy thunder. Like we've never had it before. And it's like, it sounds like explosions in the sky. There's a lot of crazy weather to happen. Gaia's trying to heal. But it's going to be on the news about this. Like it sounds like explosions in the sky and it's crazy thunder to come. And this is the UK as well, you know, guys. I want to give you this saying. People in glass houses. It's coming out really strong. People in glass houses shouldn't throw stones. And this is a message for the political front at the moment, that people in glass houses shouldn't throw stones, because what happens is it can come back at them. And that's what Jed's given us tonight. Okay? So it's coming through really, really strong. It's definitely like biblical times we're living in. I'm getting red. I'm getting the colour red very strong, and I'm seeing a red carpet. Now, you normally get a red carpet with something to do with Oscars and stuff like that, don't you? Or it could be something to do with royalty. But where there's a red carpet, this is a prophecy what's coming in, where it's on news or something to do with people gathering to do with the red carpet, round about that time there's going to be a sudden death in big news and around somebody. Right, so okay, Louise, could you look into when the next big virus could come out? I'll have a look for you. I think there's always viruses, are you talking about where they'll sort of pump it up? Yeah. Oh, hiya, Lance. Better late than never. They're not giving us a time in here, which is interesting because we've got like the major arcana cards coming out. It's sort of in a plan in the networks. It'll happen when they want it to happen. Does that make sense? So we've got the Lovers, we've got the Hanged Man, and we've got the Star. So we are okay. Oops, where's the Star gone? We are okay. There's a connection with water with it, which I've said before in one of my last will predictions. But they'll blame it on something else. I think we've got some nasty flus ahead of we by the end of the year. And I think we just need to pump up on my vitamins and stuff like that. But they're not giving us a timing. I'm going to pull some more cards out. I like the cat with the specs on, Lance. Seven of Swords. Wait a minute. Eight of Cauldrons. That's like normally within a month. They might start talking about this on world news in some different country. But what I'm getting more to do with that, remember you can't force something to happen if it's not there. But within a day, within 24 hours, there's some huge news coming out. It's scandals again to do with the political front. There's the blue, so I believe that's like the Democrats. They're coming forward with something. But there's some big news to come out. So we've got the Eight of Cauldrons. We've got the Seven of Swords. So it could be within 3 weeks, but I'm actually getting within a day. Within a day or within a week, something huge is coming out. Oh, you usually can't make the weekdays. Yeah. Well, you've got to do what you've got to do, haven't you, Lance? Right, start throwing us some questions. I don't know if I like this coffee. What's happening on July the 1st? What's said what's supposed to be happening? Is that intel, Natia? Nothing's going to happen to Boris Johnson. I think there's more scandals to come out, but it's not just to do with Boris. I think that there's... Again, it depends on different timelines. And if something comes out... You've got the two different parties in America. So if the right get their own way and they get more information to come out from the past stuff, it's going to uncover a can of worms. Excuse me. But I feel it's going to also uncover something to do with the UK and Europe. But I also felt that there was something to come out to do with Brexit, what Boris shouldn't have done, what he should have done. And I keep getting Hong Kong as well. So there is information to come out, but I don't think Boris is going to end up like in jail or anything like that. You know what I mean? I just think it's just, they get away with it, don't they? That's what they do. They get away with it. The sun has been different, a magenta ring around the centre, and it's pulsating. What's going on with the sun? It's funny when I've said like what's going on with the sun, and I got transported a bit. I sort of seen alien races of beings, humanoids, and they're elsewhere out there in the galaxy, and they're on this Earth-like planet, and they're worshipping the sun, and they're connected with other species, and they're all worshipping the sun, and they're trying to make something happen to change our timelines. I don't know why I'm getting that, but so it's like they're up against. They're like the new Earth people on other planets, and they're up against the warlords, the controllers. It's like a weird energy I got there. But solar flares, we could have them and stuff like that. And the sun definitely looks different. It doesn't look the same as it used to. But I think that there's also, they're fueling off the sun. That guy that I follow, Bruce Seasall, he's on YouTube. He's got some marvellous footage where you've seen UFOs going in and out of the sun. And I believe that they're taking something from the sun's rays and they're using it as fuel. But is the sun what it's supposed to be? Again, we've got the world card here. There's a lot of mysteries connected. It's not all about science. There's something else going on. But if you go back to ancient Egypt, they worshipped the sun. Awakening the gods within us and coming through portals. The new building material will be sun connected. It's going to be fireproof, but it's also going to reflect heat, which is because there's crazy weather to come, the God Ra, yeah? So something's going on at the moment. So where we're going to get crazy weather, they're going to have to start building new housing material, because I think I see a lot of fires to come this summer. I really, really do in parts of the world. But also this material is going to keep the cold out and storms out, but it's going to keep the heat out in the summer. It's a new material that's possibly an extraterrestrial sort of, it's got something in it, but it's something they're going to start using. I am buying blackout curtains to keep the heat and the cold away from coming in. Interesting. The way my house is situated, it's not situated north to south, it's situated east to west. So it's quite a dark house. Plus I've got a lot of trees at the back of the property. So I tend not to get much sun in my house. So it's nice and cool in the summer here, 8 of Wands. But my mother's the other way and it gets really blazing hot. The Moon, Page of Cups, 2 of Cauldrons. Interesting. So Biden is definitely holding back on stuff. There again, I always get the Biden when I look at that, because I get there's the Scorpion there. And he's a Scorpion, isn't he? Horse between the hounds. There's something else going on, and it's more than political. Definitely more than political. is there a mothership in the sun sending out probes to Earth? I'm not so sure on that one, I'll be honest with you. But I definitely feel there's crafts going in and out. What do you get about the tectonic plates shifting? I'm sure I've done that before with the channel, and I felt that is definitely happening. So it's Gaia and she's getting angry. Yeah. We do need to protect this planet. We definitely do. And there's new material to come in, and the whole thing's changing. The whole thing's falling and it's all changing. So it's like a drama of chaos, what's happening on the political front at the minute with Trump. It's a drama. But with the polls, yes, it is. It's definitely changing. And it is happening. I would say that there's going to be major earthquakes to come. We are protected, mind. When the Fool card comes out, I always get protection. But the sun is changing. There's a lot of blazing heat to come this summer. We could have a lot of heat, like a big heat wave. He's definitely lying about something, Barclosa. Holding back. Richard Zucker, I was using heaters, but my electric bill went up to $400 as I shut them off. All right. It's such a worry. I've had this before where there's ships, and I always thought it was the tall boats race, unless there's something else like yachts, lots of yachts, and it's a sunny, windy day. It could be by the next couple of months. Celebrations in big news on the political front. There's an old case what's going to be brought out from the past. Watch for that. There's 2 locations that Putin is going to, one of them is very, very soon, sort of overcome. And then I've got this strange vision. When I say overcome, it's like he wants to invade. Okay? I've got this strange vision, and I see this, I don't know if it's metaphoric or it's literal happening. Really weird. But it could just be spirit showing us that there will be peace eventually. But Putin shaking hands with Zelensky. Why would I get that? And I'm also being given it's the same penny, 2 different sides. Strange. Lots of yachts could be Trump's boat parade. All right. It's a worry, isn't it? Yeah, this circus is going to go on for a few weeks, guys. It really, really is. Let's get this correct, right? So, I know that we've got the left side of media saying this is going to happen and everything. But is it Trump who originally came out with this, saying that he was going to get arrested? Because something doesn't fit right with the whole thing. Doesn't fit right. There's so many different distractions. Plus as well, I also get he exaggerates on stuff as well, mind. So that's coming out very strong as well. There's something doesn't fit right here. You know, like Chinese whispers and then it gets out of hand. So there will be indictments, but this is coming out. This is coming out. It doesn't always mean it's with Trump. It could be with other people as well. I've got the illusion card here, and it's like all a movie. Look at that. Look at that, guys. Illusion. And there's the little Scorpio again, look. Interesting. Yeah, so not all the banks will go down, but there's something definitely going on with the banks. And I want to say that there's something definitely not quite right here. There's going to be big announcements coming in to do with banks. You know how these mentioned about New York? It's possibly what Katrina's put here. It could be Georgia where there could be indictments. That's possibly what could happen. XRP, I don't get a bad feeling, I get a good vibe. Well, I know that bar closer, I know that, but this is what I can see playing out. 3D playing out. There's three main banks where it's going to be on news very, very soon, where there'll be problems. And I see people queuing to get their money out. But it will be all right. And I'm getting the FCA. FCA. I don't know why I'm seeing Marilyn Monroe in this crystal ball. That is so strange. I'm actually getting mafia links. Mafia links. And I think there's a lot of mafia links connected around behind the scenes, you know, as well. Yeah, indictments won't take him down. It'll be some, and I'm not saying this because against Trump or for Trump. This is what the ball's saying here tonight. Indictments won't take Trump down. Something else will. I want you to remember that. Indictments will not take Trump down. Something else will. I've never felt so strong about it. I wonder what it could be. An old Marilyn Monroe, bless her. I think she was coming in showing us there's mafia connections there. What it is it's, I know this sounds really, really awful, and you could take this many ways you could, but it's a sudden thing, and it's quick, and I've got the angel card. So that, you know, see that for every way you want, but I want to be given as well that all this hype will lead to nothing. And it's coming through really strong from spirit. All this hype will lead to nothing. the hatred, you know what I mean? The hatred. It's building up. There will be a loss. It could take, according to these cards here, it could take 3 months. It could take 3 months before everything starts to come out. And I've just seen out his daughter. So it's going to be court cases after court cases, you know what I mean? After court cases, it's just going on and on and on. But I mean, we've got, it's just utterly ridiculous. From either side, who wants him in or they don't want him in, you know, everyone's getting affected to some degree. But there's a bigger picture here, and it's to do with God's source, who will sort all this out. That's what I'm being given. But I want to say that he's running out of time on something. Now, that does not mean that he's going to leave this planet yet, but it's like he's running out of time on something. But that could mean many different things. Sonny, look, it must be karma spent his entire life sooner. Well, you never know. You never know. Because I always think there's a bigger thing going on out of the physical reality. God's energy, universal, karma. So, yeah, it's the drama is going to go on and on for a little while. It really, really is. And I think, if anything, the Trump Tower could go down. I don't think he's as rich as what people say he is. It could all just be like covered, hidden. And people have got big posh mansions, you know, but they could be debted up to the eyeballs. Got the Ace of Swords here. There's a bigger picture what they want for America, and it's to do with a younger person. It's younger people coming in. Male and female there. New up and coming candidates for presidencies for the future. But I mean, even DeSantis has said it's one political stunt. Yeah. Three weeks from now, you mark my words. 3 weeks, it'll end in 3 weeks from now, but 3 weeks from now, if he hasn't been arrested or something's going to happen 3 weeks from now, but not just to do with Trump. There's a lot happening. News to do with the banking system to come out, to do with the royal family. There's a lot to happen 3 weeks from now. So that's like a month. The Ace of Swords, 3 weeks is within the month. There'll be three large big bits of news to come out by then. Interesting. Give us 5 minutes. And I'm going to do the crystal ball again afterwards. Easter's in 3 weeks, and I did say, didn't I, that there would be big news coming out by Easter. So you've got like the calendar, Earth's calendar. But there's something else holy going on behind the scenes. There's something else going on, and I'm getting witches and warlocks and people doing rituals, but not just on this planet. Hidden. Halloween. It goes a bit beyond that. You know, like I was getting the Egyptians where they were worshipping Ra and the god Ra, and awakening of the gods is coming to us. So each and every one of you are going to start getting downloads. Whiskey or beer. No, I'm going to make another cup of coffee and have a quick ciggy. So there'll be black magic going on, but there'll also be white magic going on, different rituals. So we're all getting awakened. It's bringing out the druids within us. So we're ancestors, what we were, say Native American or whatever. It's bringing it all out in we. So we're all getting this sort of a spiritual ascension, should I say. Ascension's different to the awakening. And a spiritual ascension can be very painful. Yeah. So people who have just been awakened, they think they know everything and they don't, because you've got to go through the spiritual ascension. Does that make sense? So I'm going to look back into the crystal ball, the stock market crash, inevitable. Yeah. I have a feeling there's something more to come. What's coming out at the minute to do with money in banks, and it's like being hidden, and I'm going to look more into that again. Psychic Lance, Lou, you are looking so healthy and rested. What are you doing differently? I just had a Barbados bath. I've just had a lovely bubble bath. I've been doing a lot of self-care like that, and trying to eat healthier. Because when you've got a busy schedule, you've got to make time for yourself, and that's what I've been starting to do. So thank you. So give us 5. If the Betty and Bobby interval does your head in, don't worry, it'll not be for long, because if I start doing these intervals, I'll be putting them into the intervals. So I'm going to go and make a quick coffee, and I'll be back in a few minutes, okay? And then we'll look more into it. Did you meet somebody? No, I haven't met somebody. Should I meet somebody? I don't have the time. I don't have the time. All right. So give us a few minutes and then I'll come back. Okay, I'll be back in a minute. give us a 5-5 if you can hear us. Can you hear me? Hello, hello, hello. Yeah. Doesn't look like there's many people on Facebook tonight, does there? Let's refresh this. It's making a strange noise tonight, my computer. Keeps rebooting. Well, I don't like keeping you hanging on too long. Oh, we've got Facebooks in as well. I'm right about XRP, yeah. The Simpsons sitcom said that Laura Trump would be president one day. Did it? Who knows? Bloody hell. But talking about relationships where somebody had asked us if I was in a relationship, I couldn't be bothered. I literally couldn't be bothered. I think I was telling somebody the other night about that. Plus, she would have to be an angel to put up with this. She would have to be an absolute angel. Because I'm always stuck in front of the computer. I don't know about you guys, but I sometimes think it's nicer just to get your gym jams on and just sit quiet and watch the TV or whatever when you... I don't know what it would be like to do that all that again. I really don't. Oh yes, crystal ball. Yeah, a new puppy or a kitten maybe. But you never know, do you? You never know. So I've got big things to do. Do you know what I mean? And I've just had Simon, my good friend, contact us tonight when we're going to do Bowlam Lake. So I'll have to ring him tomorrow. And I need to go and get my camera sorted out because it's making a funny noise in the volume. So yeah, I could always stream through this. Like it's pretty good. But I've got all this equipment, so I need to go and get it sorted out. So let's have a look. Dot to dot. It's like we're putting the dots to dot. We're putting it all together. Remember that? Dots to dot when we were kids. I've just seen a huge... It's not a pelican. Peregrine. A huge bird. I don't know what that means. If anybody knows what that means, they'll have to let us know. Right, so let's recap what's on the cards coming up. So yeah, I'm getting that again, and I had it on Sunday night, like Zorro. Remember Zorro with the sword? And it's unhealed energy what's in the United States of America, you know. It's definitely unhealed energy. To do with everything what happened to the slavery, the Native Americans, with it being their land. And we're all playing out with karma, we're all healing old wounds, we're healing ancestral wounds. Yeah, so it's in this ball tonight that Putin's going to try and invade another town or something. I'm also getting trouble with Argentina and Yugoslavia. I wonder if that's to do with banks. I see people getting upset in Italy, in Spain. There's a warning with banks there, because I know we had a little while ago, we had the problem to do with Greece. Greece banks went down, didn't it? One of my good clients, how she ended up coming over here. She left Greece. She lost everything. And it never got corrected for the people, you know. It never got corrected. So I'm seeing a situation like that again with a couple of countries where there could be problems. Peregrine is a falcon. Right. People crying in Italy. Do you know when we had the virus, when it first kicked off, and there was people crying in Italy because they couldn't get food or something? Can you remember that? I'm seeing a situation like that. This is the Vatican. There's going to be big news as well. But there's something to do with where they can't get a hold of something and there's upsets. Also as well, crazy weather. I feel it's as if you're talking different ley lines around Earth, and there could be problems to do with Italy, with landslides and storms or earthquakes. Earthquakes, I'm getting this really strong. More volcano eruptions this year. And I'm seeing something rumbling in Iceland and also to do with Hawaii again. And another island. I know I had that earthquake with that Spanish island. I don't know if it's that again or it's somewhere else. But it's like zits coming out on someone's face. Imagine Gaia and she's got these zits and they're bursting out because she's trying to cleanse. Do you know what I mean? She's trying to cleanse. Who used to get spots when they were younger? I used to get some real spots when I was like in my teens and early 20s, because when I did nursing, I used to get some real big zits on my face. Yeah, so there's a lot of crazy weather to happen, and I do believe 2023 is going to be, the winter of 2023 is going to be the storm of the century when it comes to crazy weather. There's more crazy weather to come, and I want to say brace yourself because there's some crazy storm to come in soon, and I'm getting like California, there's more rain to come. Again, Jed's coming in with his umbrella there. You had them on your back, Richard. So there's volcano eruptions, that type of thing. Keeps getting some big news to do with water. There may be a few more derailments. I'm seeing an incident, and again I'm seeing this really strong, and it's smoke. And it looks like it's coming out of a tube station or an underground station. There's a problem. And people trying to get out. 7, 21, 9, 19. So I want to send healing and blessings out. 9 could be September, or it could be something crazy like the 9th of a month. You know what I mean? So buses are definitely going to go on strike in the UK. And there's also going to be problems with Uber taxis. That's coming out really strong. Uber, is it Uber? Uber taxis. Big news coming out with them. NHS is going to change into the future. And a new food craze. Let's see what that is. A new food craze. I've had doctors remove moles off me as well. I've run out of my hot chocolate. I knew I was meant to get some today. I've been really busy. I cooked a nice evening meal. I've been busy with clients. I've cleaned through my house. I've had a bubble bath. I've been busy today. What was I looking into the cards for again? Food craze. everybody's doing it on TikTok and that, and it's like this new food craze, and it's going to be delicious. And I don't know what it is. It's 2 different types of food put together. I mean, when did the Americans start putting the peanut butter and jelly together? It's something else what's coming in, but there's a new food craze coming in, so watch for that. Interesting. Or a new way of eating. Why would there be like a new food source? It's a food craze. Everyone's wanting to do it. Or it's a new way of eating it. What? I do not know what that is. It's like you're getting a hit from it, and it's lovely. And it's like, I don't know if it's releasing some healthy endorphins or something. You'll stay with your Italian cuisine. Oh yeah, the caramel lattes are nice, aren't they? It's not a fad diet. It's something that all the kids are doing, but adults are doing it as well. And there's going to be, you know how we had a few summers ago, we had the ice bucket challenge. This is something to do with the food. It's a challenge, but everyone wants to do it. But it's something where it's nice. I don't know what it is. Oh, Italian desserts are gorgeous. Do you not drink tea, Debbie? We're big tea drinkers over here in the UK, you know. Cup of tea. The Wheel of Fortune, Emperor, Temptation. The same cards are coming out. The same cards are coming out, guys. So there's something definitely going on with the banking system. Right? There's something definitely going on. Biden wouldn't answer the questions. He just mentioned that the banking system's fine and then just walked away when people were asking him questions. So there's something going on. And I get like a very Swiss feeling. Like Cinderella's castle there in the background. Yes, railway problems, but not like we've had. I want to send like healing and blessings out. There could be some problem or a crash or something to do with a train. So let's hope that doesn't happen. So we've got the Temptation again. We've got the Sly Fox. It's coming out again. There's something global going on to do with the whole system changing. And then you've got the Three of Rods. We're building new earth again. New housing coming in. But there's also a godly connection coming in, which I'm going to look into in a minute. It could be Swiss Castle. It could be. What about jobs, Louise, when AI comes in more? There still will be jobs. So what they're trying to do is they're trying to phase out the lorry drivers and stuff like that because of the emissions. This is what their plan is. But then there'll be other jobs for lads and lasses in like these tunnels and things like that, you know, working with robots. Yeah, it's all changing. We're integrating more with robots. That's what's coming out here. But oh, thank you, Axis. We'll always need us. Do you know what I mean? There'll always be some form of us having jobs. I don't believe for 1 minute that we're not ever not going to be working into the future. Is lemon a vegetable or a fruit? I thought it was a fruit. But I felt the need. I've got loads of apples in the house again. But I felt the need to go and buy lemon and lime. It's like I'm craving it. Lemon and lime. But that's the system falling. That's the system falling. Yeah. And again, the same cards have come out, and I'll give them a good shuffle there. So we've got the Seven of Cups, we've got the Seven of Swords. Imminently, I feel there's some big news to come out there. So my prediction tonight is I think they'll try and indict him, but they'll do it from a different state. But I still think it'll backfire on them. That's what I feel. Yeah. But I got on Sunday, I got Wednesday or Thursday, if not Friday. So you need to watch for that. Then again, we've got the mansions. I'm getting a very French chateau feeling in the back of there. Not just British mansion, like a chateau feeling. So it's like all these world leaders. You've got like Macron and Trudeau and Biden and Sunak, Rishi Sunak, all of them. It's like they've got a plan. And then you've got other ones like Putin and Xi Jinping and the leader of Brazil and India. They've got their plan. A new trade's going to be built. And they're all fighting against power, and there's something going on to do with gold. And things what's been happening on borders, I'm feeling that as well. Which is still to come out. It's still to come out. There is I'm getting France very strong in this crystal ball. And feeling it tonight, feeling it. Watch for Macron making some big news. In sadness for the French people. I know recently that there's been a lot of riots over there. And it's been terrible, dreadful. Where, he went and changed for the age for retirement without a vote, without a vote. So there's more revolts to come. And again, I've seen this before where I've seen Nostradamus. Is it not Nostradamus? Oh God, what's that place called where it was on fire? I'm seeing it on fire again. But I'm also seeing big news to do with the Eiffel Tower. But this could be just that spirit showing us that things are breaking down there in France. So there's a lot of old people what need to come out. There's a lot of old people to come out and new people will be replaced. I don't feel Trudeau's going to be in long. But where for the Canadian people, we're going to have extreme heat this summer, but we're also going to get extreme cold, like we've never known before. I'm not saying it's an ice age, but it's going to be nearly as bad as that. It's going to be really cold. And as you know, Canada always gets a lot of snow. So what I want to say to my Canadian followers is, for this winter coming in, I would say definitely prep if you can, especially if you live in remote areas. We could have intermittent cyber. There's something about a cyber thing here as well. But where the media will blame a country, it could be coming in from an opposite direction. Remember, we're living in this sort of WAR now, and it's sort of all hidden. And it's not a political war, really. It's a monetary war. But I also feel that we could have intermittent outages, electricity outages, that type of thing, which I hope that doesn't happen. Right. I'm seeing a bay. Now I want you to remember this. I'm seeing a bay. It looks like the Gulf of Mexico, what I can see. I'm not saying it is that, but it looks like that. I'm terrible with geography. Okay. So you're going into it. And at that point, there's going to be... Is he coming into this? It could be the Gulf, you know. It looks like it goes in, like a bay. And there's huge news in the middle of it as you get into it. There's something about to erupt around that area. There's something about to erupt in that area. This is for you to put it together, which way you think it'll be. Water as well. Water. I'm seeing like a tsunami. And I normally look on no more than 2 years. It looks like an island. And again, a bay. And people running. M-S-A. I don't know, these are places. Worries. They're shown as a black flag for Vegas. Why am I being shown that? And I'm seeing sort of on the black flag, like the cross and the skull and bones. There's a problem there. And I want to send healing and blessings out to the people of Vegas. Once everything starts to come out, it's going to bring a lot of corruption out from different states. It's a massive cleanup. It's going to take a long time with the USA. Telecommunication lines could go down. When this dust arrives, dust, thick dust, which could take down communication lines. This may have something to do with Russia. Remember, there's different timelines. We will still have choices into the future, and we're going to have more choices of currency. Yeah. But as a collective across America, like the whole world's changing. But America, there's a lot of karmic energy, what needs to come out, to happen, and for healing to take place. It's in the collective, but it's also on the land. And I've got Jed here again. And it's as if he's saying that his ancestors, there was terrible stuff done to his ancestors, where land was taken. And I'm not saying as a curse of like what a witch would say, but these great grandfathers in these native tribes, they spoke some wise words, and they said that the land would be unrested until it was given back to the people, his people. So you could say it was like a curse, but they used God with it. They used truth with it. A lot of unbalancement. And some of us have been chosen to be born into certain families. And some of you may think, well, why, if you're not happy with the family that you've been born into, but you might have been born into that family to change the pattern. Sus. That's what he's given us, is the Sus tribe. It's a crazy, crazy song to hit the charts. This is something nice. Into this spring, summer, and it's going to go on for a long time, and everybody's singing it, and it's like, it can get annoying after a while. Quite a gimmicky song, but everybody's singing it, and it's quite jumpy. It's quite a jumpy, beaty song. Let's put some more cards out. Yeah, so there's a lot of strikes to happen. Yeah, what they did to the tribes was horrendous. So I feel a lot of these ancient ancestor native grandfathers, you know, with the chiefs and that, I think that they've said some wise words, and they've said that the lands will be sort of unrested until things are corrected. So you go on thousands and thousands of years later, and you've got different governors in different states which is laying the law down, and there's a lot of corruption. So there's a lot of things to come out with different states, with different governors. I'm hearing the Bob Marley song, "Everything is gonna be alright." I love that. Yeah. Yeah, crimes, and it's going to get really nasty. So are we living in end of times like it says in the Bible? I don't believe the world is going to end. It's the world of what we know. But it's the time when the Antichrist is possibly here, you know, working through different situations. And we need to protect our kids, you know, from drug dealers and horrible, nasty, negative things out there. There's a lot of crime to come out. A lot of crime. There's some nasty drug what's just been released. I don't know where it is in America, but they reckon it's going to come. This is what was said on the news. It's going to come over borders into different countries, Europe and that, and it's a flesh-eating one with a drug. Why would they know that? Yeah, and why would they know that it's going to come over? Because the media is all part of the corporation, and it's just all interconnected, isn't it? But it always brings us back to Nigel Farage when he got up early in the morning and he filmed down at customs, down at Land's End. And he was watching the customs were just letting them all come through. So he put it out on his social media, and then he got arrested, you know, for putting it out. So borders, there's a lot of problems with borders and a lot of stuff to come out with borders, if not by the end of the year, into the beginning of next. But again, we are protected. The safe home protection. It's coming out really, really strong. I've just smelled cob horses there. We used to have horses, like what the gypsies have. Hey, horses. Obviously with me, it's the gypsy coming out in us. So we are going back to our roots. we are going back to, we're healing our ancestors' roots. See, like if your great-grandfather had a curse put on him, you know, your higher self has chose to come back to heal that, you know, to end the pain, end the suffering. Karma. A lot of us have come back for karma. So it's so important, guys, that we keep our feet firmly on the ground and keep grounded and do the work, the inner work on ourselves. That's what's coming out here. I'm just going to dim the lights. I'm going to dim the lights. Yellowstone is essentially a big lava pit, yeah. Okay. I'm seeing it in the crystal ball as I'm scrying. I'm going in to, it looks like an ancient tomb. And it's like something of a scene from a movie. In the lost city. Oh, it's not, you know, I'm going back to the pyramids. Whoa. I'm seeing raw. I need to shut my eyes. Let's remote. I may channel. I don't know what I'm doing here. I don't know if this is going to work. If anybody who's watching this for the first time, I just sometimes shut my eyes or I do remote viewing in the dark. That's not going to fit. This does wonders for the makeup, you know, guys. Does wonders, Laura Croft. Okay. I need to get one of them sleep masks to do this, don't I? Reminders on I need a sleep mask and I'll order one. I'm getting my hair caught up in the knot. Right, that'll do. Okay. Yeah, I'm going down steps, but they're very narrow. Whoa, very narrow. I'm here like water trickling. So there's been many in these ancient pyramids underneath. What they haven't discovered, there was some of them were cities underneath. And it's the pyramid next to the main pyramid. I don't know which one that is. There was an entrance under, there was a place there where you could get underneath, and it took you into a great big city underneath, and it's like we're going back in time. I'm going down the steps, and it's winding around to the left. And actually, funny enough, it's all still there, but it's all locked away. But they met Ra. They did rituals. Ancient Egypt. They would gather. They're making this strange noise. Where are we, Jed? Right. Underneath the pyramid, you've got the main pyramid. Is it geyser or gate? The main pyramid, then the one next to it. So there was an entrance, you go down. It's all locked away and it's connected to a city underneath there. And in the ancient times, they would gather there. They did do rituals on land, but they mainly did the secret rituals underneath this place. It's as if like you're seeing from the old movies and they're going to the centre of the earth. So I'm going down. And Ra is being awakened because there is a porthole. And they invoked him through there. So there are other humanoids around the galaxy, great wizards, great druids, great magicians, and they are gathering and they are doing a ritual. It's a universal ritual. Pleiadians, they're all gathering in from different parts of the universe to awaken this. And there's something about an ark underneath there, or a big craft. And it's pulsing, and it's underneath the pyramid. And it's got like a blue tinge to it. Artificial intelligence. It's raw. I feel like I need to bow. I can see him. Welcome, humanity. You are all healing your wounds. Do not get caught up in the outside world. Work on the inside world. That is the universe. The universe is within you. Whoa, it's like 99 knocking us. It's very heavy energy. Sorry. This is not just anybody I'm channeling here. There's other ones coming forward. There's not just Ra. I see the woman with the snakes on her hair and I don't know who she is. They're all being awakened. They're all coming in. And what has happened on this world, in our reality, is a mirror effect of what's going on in the underworlds and out of this frequency. Thor, I'm seeing Thor. They were passing through into the underworld. They were going through a portal. The ancient Egyptians were time travelers. Ra's given me a rose. Thank you. And it's a white rose. Thank you. And it's the rose of life. And he's saying, I can't channel him. I'm channeling him my way because I feel like it's like knocking my brain through. It's like really heavy. It's a really heavy energy. He's saying the veins in the stem of the rose. When you cut that rose, you cut that life. And their plan is to cut the trees, to demolish the trees, to bring in their false trees, to bring in their false technology. We have to save the trees. There will be a rise on trees and protecting the planet. Earth has managed long before robots. We cannot mess with Mother Nature. They are here now. The cyborgs. Do not be afraid. You have to look within. And when you look within, your little bit is enough to set the spark of light around Earth. You are all colors. You are all frequency. You are all sound. We look through the veil and hear the frequency and hear the sound. Long as you are progressing on that lower frequency, this will lower the energy of Earth. They have pumped it up. They are pumping it up to cause chaos. Do not feed into the media circus. What do we do now, Ra? You find the god or the goddess within you and sing from your heart, your soul. Teach, tell. Do what you need to do for your family, your friends. You are magical beings of the light, and they have not wanted you to know this. This system that you live in will change and will bring great chaos. Then there will be new technology which will pave the way. New inventors to come forth. But do not let them take the trees. The man with the greed, he will be taken down. 3 men, one into science, one into medicine, and one into economy. They are the sons of a demon. We are the seeds, we are the star seeds. Watch for the tricksters. Sing from your heart, and then you have the truth. The 14th will bring big news. The skies will go red. Just go to your homes, shut the doors. It's the smoke. The smoke from the mountain speaks the truth. She will speak to you. But humanity will live on. And you will thrive. You must look within. You must seek within. Everything is within. Thank you. They are opening portals, and we stand on the edge. I come into this cave, but the cave is sealed. We are the starmen. They worshipped us, but we are the original starmen. And you are all the seeds from us. It runs through your veins. You are unique. You have the veins of different gods and different angels. But unlike me or my brothers, you are multi-dimensional star beings with the god's veins. This was an experiment that got out of hand, and they do not want you to know your power. Do not kill the roses. Bloom them in your gardens. Do not kill your trees. Grow them. The ones who try to stop you are the evil ones. Where there's dark, there is light, but there is also grey. Raise it. Raise the frequency to light, to blast away the darkness. As I speak to you now, this is simultaneously happening elsewhere in the galaxy and beyond. There is no such thing as time. Time is an illusion. The serpent will not win. We are all returning. The orcs are sleeping and waiting. The 3 demons from the east will try to pick their wives. I cannot stop that. Them. That is their choice. Where there is seeds of angels, there is seeds of demons. The ark is snoozing the great ark. Watch for an event in Egypt and Iran to come. The arks are sleeping to rise. It will be not covered up. It'll be covered up. The channeler is purple energy. I can only connect with certain energies. But her crown is golden like the sun. Thank you. Many of you have Eastern, Middle Eastern running through your veins and are linked with my family. We interacted. There was children born. Some stayed here on Earth and some went through the great portal. Just like in the great books where the Nephilim breeded with woman. I too, and many of my brothers, have seeded great star seeds on Earth. There will be 3 houses which will be taken down. Part of this cruel system that has been ruling Earth. Just watch what takes place by end of April. But December will be the eruptions. Believe what you need to believe. You all hold the key. You are the magicians from the galaxy. This is Ra. Goodbye. Okay. Yeah, I've just come over all emotional and I don't know why. I could feel his energy. Wow. Wait a minute. Wow. Thank you, Ra. Feel so privileged for that. It's just... I need to do the bell. Thank you, Ra. I think I'm going to meditate with him and I'm going to get more information for a healing program for we're all, which is like that. I'm going to see if I can connect with him again when I'm on my own. And I felt there was a connection from a past life. So if he can give me some healing techniques, and we'll do them. I'll do them on live shows, if you said like that. Sun God. I need a cigarette, guys. That's like, it's like knocked us strange. When he first started to come in, I was trying not to let him fully come in because it was such a huge energy. The Sun God, yeah. Did you say like that? I'm gobsmacked. I'll have to listen back to it tomorrow, like. Yeah. I once got my, years and years ago, there was a lady in town and she had she was photographing auras. Because your aura changes all the time, you know. And she said I was all yellow, like golden. And she said it was very unusual. But he said I had purple, didn't he? I knew I had golden around here for some unknown reason. But your auras change all the time. Let's all have a sickie. Yeah, I know. Well, you've got enough information there. A big fatty. I need a big fatty, okay? Yeah, somebody else had told us that I'd been like an Egyptian priestess before. It's actually my good friend Lisa who's got Heart of Inspiration, because she's a really good healer. You know, there's some fantastic healers and psychics what's out there on YouTube within the community, but they're not so much recognised with the likes and the views. But they do a lot of stuff behind the scenes. Definitely, I know I've had Egyptian life there. Did you enjoy that? I need to connect with him again on my own, because I do automatic writing, and if I can connect with him, not tonight, I'll do it when I'm sitting quiet. I'm going to get some information off him, because I keep getting it half and half coming in. And it's about planets and moons and how we can realign, and we can do it. I'm going to put some sort of program together, and I can practice on you if you want. Because this is what he wanted to know, that we need to look within. I know the universe is within we. I know we've got to do the inner work. The Great Awakening is just the awakening. The real work starts with the ascension, and that's the painful thing, because we have to wake ourselves up. We have to heal our own wounds. This is how I ended up becoming a shaman, to then go out there and help other people. There's no ending to it, guys. There's absolutely no ending. Mary may have like a white aura. I have a white light around me when I take pictures. Wow. Did you like that, Lance? I know you like your channeling. I didn't think I was going to do channeling tonight. I thought it was going to be remote viewing. It went in, and then the channeling took over, didn't it? I mean, I felt like when I seen him like fall into the ground, he's just absolutely huge. And there's a very regal energy with him. One day, I hope it's when I'm still alive, because I feel it will be. There's going to be this technology what's going to come forth, and it's going to be so clever. The stuff what's being held back on this planet is unbelievable, and a lot of it's been to do with greed. So what they do is they've been dripping it in, to make money out of it. But one day into the not so distant future, there's going to be a technology. Some people might be scared of it, because people are scared of it, But it's going to be able to, if I'm explaining something, I can see like a vision. It could be put out onto is holographic onto AI for use to see. Because really it's quite prehistoric here to what I know what's out there. Would you like to do the tea leaves on Thursday? Because that would be a nice ease for me. Because you've got to understand I can't channel 3 times a week. Yeah. So we'll have a tea leaf night on Thursday. If you want. What am I doing on Thursday? Yeah, Thursday night we'll have a tea leaf night. I haven't got any Turkish tea. I've got some English tea leaves, but I bet Turkish tea is nice. But I hope you've enjoyed that tonight, guys. I'm going to go now and I'm going to go make myself a nice cup of tea. And it's 1:35 a.m. over here. And just try and relax. Try not to get too fed into everything. There's a lot to go on, and I'll see you Thursday night. And we'll do the tea leaves. I'll get my pot of tea ready. It'll be rather nice, won't it? We'll do personal tea leaves for you. And I might have to, I'll not be able to resist myself. I'll look into the tea leaf cup to see what will be ahead for the collective for the week ahead, and then I'll do your tea leaves. Hope you've enjoyed it, and I'll see you Thursday night. Take care, God bless. Was there a train crash tonight? Oh no, me. Whereabouts? Sometimes I get scared about my visions and prophecies, because sometimes I wonder, am I making it happen? You know, and I get upset about it, because sometimes I don't like it when I see nasty things. Let's send healing and blessings out. In Porto. Let's hope there's not too many people hurt there. May the force be with you all. And I love you lots. As my Paul would say, like jelly tots. And and a passenger chain. Sending healing there. And I'll see you Thursday night. And as the ET says, be good. Be good. Be good. Be good. Said to Elliot, be good. I'll see you Thursday night. Good night. Now how do I get out here?